So today, we're going to build a modern roadmap for chess improvement. If you're just starting out, or maybe you feel like you've just hit a really frustrating plateau, we're about to break down the exact steps you need to take to finally elevate your game.
Does this feel a little familiar? You play game after game, but your rating, it just isn't budging. It is one of the most common and honestly most maddening frustrations in chess. But the good news is, getting unstuck, it isn't about some kind of magic, it's about having a clear, actionable plan. And that's exactly what we're building here today.
All right, so the first step on our journey isn't learning some secret, super complex opening. No, it's all about fixing the fundamental errors that hold pretty much every aspiring player back. If you can plug these leaks in your game, I promise you, you are going to see immediate improvement.
Neglecting development is, without a doubt, the #1 mistake beginners make. I mean, think of it this way. It's like showing up to a battle, but you've left half your army back in the barracks. Well, you're just kind of shuffling a few pawns around. Your opponent is bringing out their knights, their bishops, their queen. They're just going to overwhelm you. The crucial point here, get your pieces into the game.
This quote from the legendary world champion Jose Raul Capablanca just nails it. When he said to play the opening like a book, he didn't mean you have to memorize thousands of moves. He meant mastering those fundamental principles: development, center control. You have to learn that book knowledge before you can even think about creating any of that middle game magic.
Okay, this next mistake is a complete game loser. Seriously, you can have more pieces on the board, a better position, everything going your way, but if your king is in danger, none of it, and I mean none of it, matters. Delaying castling or carelessly pushing the pawns in front of your king, it's like leaving the front door to your castle wide open. Your king's safety is priority #1, always.
So, here it is. This is your foundational checklist. #1, develop your pieces, get them out. 2, fight for the center. And 3, keep your king safe. If you can master just these 3 pillars, you will start winning more games. It really is that simple. Okay, so we know what not to do. Now let's flip the script and build a positive game plan. Because chess isn't just about avoiding blunders, right? It's about executing a strategy. So here is a simple, actionable blueprint for every single phase of the game. For the opening, the blueprint is nice and simple. First, you've got to control the center. That's where your pieces have the most power, the most influence. Second, develop your pieces. Get them off that back rank and into the fight. And third, castle early. This one move does 2 amazing things. It tucks your king away safely and gets your powerful rooks ready to join the battle.
Now for the middle game. This is where the real battle begins. Your first job is to actually form a plan. Don't just react to what your opponent is doing. Look at the pawn structure, find a weakness, and target it. Next, get your rooks onto open files. You got to think of those files as highways for your heaviest artillery. And finally, coordinate everything. A knight and a bishop working together are so much more powerful than when they're off doing their own thing.
And finally, the endgame, where the rules kind of flip on their head. With most of the big pieces gone, your king transforms from a target into a powerful attacker. So rule 1, get that king activated and into the fight. And rule 2, and listen, this is usually the game winner, create a passed pawn. A single pawn that can't be stopped by other pawns is very often all you need to clinch the victory.
All right, we've got our principles down, but now we hit that classic dilemma. Which opening should you actually play? It's so easy to get lost in the sea of theory, so let's focus on one of the biggest debates for any improving player.
So, your opponent plays the most popular first move in all of chess, 1e4. What's your reply? Well, 2 of the most common recommendations are the super solid Caro-Kann and the aggressive, sharp Sicilian defense. Let's break down which path might be right for you. The philosophies here are like night and day. The Caro-Kann is like building a fortress. It's solid, it's safe, and it usually leads to these slower, more strategic games. The Sicilian is the total opposite. It's an immediate counterattack that's sharp, it's complex, and it just throws both players into a tactical fight right from move 1.
So here's the case for playing it safe. A Reddit user, EasyWizSop, argues that the Caro-Kann's solid nature and, it's easier to grasp plans make it the perfect starting point. The goal here is just to get a comfortable, safe position out of the opening, and then just, outplay your opponent in the middle game.
But then you have the complete opposite take. This user, in a real scramble, says that avoiding complexity is basically avoiding improvement. The Sicilian forces you to calculate, to handle tactics, to fight for your life. It's a trial by fire, and according to this philosophy, that's the fastest way to forge yourself into a much stronger player.
And this book cover? It just perfectly captures the spirit of the Sicilian, doesn't it? It's an opening that's just filled with tactical tricks and deadly traps. You aren't playing for a safe, quiet position. You are actively trying to create chaos, hoping your opponent is the one who slips up first. It is the definition of high-risk, high-reward chess.
So, what's the verdict? Well, the truth is, there isn't one. The best opening for you depends entirely on your personality and what your goals are. Do you want to build a solid foundation and win through patience and strategy? The Caro-Kann might be for you. Do you want to dive into the tactical deep end and learn by fighting? Then you got to embrace the Sicilian. The really crucial thing is to just choose one and stick with it for a while.
But here's the thing. That whole choice between the Caro-Kann and the Sicilian, it's not happening in a vacuum. Because the way we evaluate all openings is being fundamentally changed by one massive, powerful force, artificial intelligence. The modern chess battlefield looks very, very different than it did even a decade ago. I mean, chess engines have become just unbelievably strong. They can analyze positions with a depth and an accuracy that no human could ever hope to match. Top players don't just rely on old books and intuition anymore. They use these engines to find these tiny little inaccuracies in established theory and discover brand new, powerful ideas. And then, eventually, all that knowledge trickles down to the rest of us. And this AI analysis has led to some really fascinating shifts in what people play. Take the Berlin defense. It used to be this unbreakable wall at the World Championship level, but now engines have shown it's just a little too drawish. Meanwhile, you've got the classic Italian game, which engines have completely revived, finding all this new life in its complex positions. And then there's the London system, a simple, reliable setup that has just exploded online, partly because it's so engine-approved. So this leaves us with this huge, fascinating question. As these engines get closer and closer to finding the perfect move in any given position, what role is left for human creativity? Is the future of chess just about memorization? Or is it about steering the game into that wild territory where our human intuition can still shine? That's the beautiful challenge of chess in the modern era.
Hope you like our video. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe us. To join our insightful Chess Anurag classes, WhatsApp or call us at given number. Thanks for watching.